mentally, so I put her through a leg session to remind her that she's strong. It's not worrying about the tracking the veggies that's the problem. It's worrying about not tracking all packets of these. That's the problem. People are feeling quite flat at the moment. It's a beautiful sunrise this morning. Like, honestly, like the most coach that like I'm literally, they can become part of my family when I coach you, and when you leave too. Like, I'm not just your friend because you're paying me. I don't actually desire more, and I know that's probably crazy to hear. The way that you treat money, that one day probably won't matter in the scheme of things. I didn't realize that liking who you are was cringe.
Hello, saya sangri.
I was intimidated at first, maybe even judgmental from a place of insecurity. In reverse. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today is a fresh week. It's actually Wednesday. Haven't actually vlogged this week. No real reason. I just feel like I had 2 barley vlogs to put out and a week last week, and I was like, well, there's no point doing that. And honestly, I've just been not really doing too much, just working, waking up, going to the gym, doing all the things. So I'll just give you a little bit of a recap of like what I've been up to in the last couple of days that I haven't really vlogged. So I went to the gym this morning. I actually trained with one of my clients today, which was nice. She's just been feeling a little bit low mentally, so I put her through a leg session to remind her that she's strong. That was really good. And then I just spent this morning doing my steps on my treadmill. It was so cold in my shed, but I just edited the YouTube that will be going out way before you've seen this, vlog number 2 barley. And then I made my cream of rice, which I hopefully by now would have posted a reel on like how to make it, cooking with Maxi, which was yum. I'm really liking that. I've just kind of been having my cream of rice on my leg days as they require a lot. In case you're wondering, this here is not mess. It's my dog's seat covers. I'm a clean girl. Actually, while we're on that topic, at the moment I have like a 7-day, I guess like mental health reset for my coaching clients. I've been really noticing that, holy shit. I've been really noticing that like a lot of people are feeling quite flat at the moment as like a collective. And look, I don't know if you believe in this kind of stuff, but I am a little bit witchy. So it's been a full moon, there was Lionsgate portal, there was a couple of retrogrades and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, a lot of people were feeling a little bit like down in the dumps. And to be honest, same. Like, I feel like same. Especially like coming back from Bali. It's so nice there, have such a great routine, and like even people at the gym are really inspiring. And then you come back to the gym here and it's like people don't really want to be at the gym. They're like going to punish themselves, which is going to happen like everywhere, you know, but whatever. I just felt like a bit flat. So we're kind of like doing a mental health reset at the moment with my clients. And a couple of them was like, clean your space, like dedicate 10 minutes to like cleaning your space. And a couple of them were like, oh, I need to do my car, it's putrid. And it got me thinking, and I said this to them, like we have like a group chat in my coaching. I don't know why this is moving, so I'm so sorry. Let me just see if I can tighten that. Yeah, I don't know why it's moving. So basically your car, I'm going to assume that your car is expensive, right? And let's say for me, for example, my car was like 65k or something like that. 65k is a lot of money. It actually might even be more than that, I don't know. 65k, I can't even remember. It was literally January. And I remember it being such an edge to buying that, and now I'm like, I can't even remember how much it was. Okay, well, $65,000 is so much money, and most people won't wash their car, they won't clean the inside, and you want a house, you want a nicer car, maybe you want to find more money. When you disrespect things that cost money, that is going and sending that out to the universe that you aren't worthy of more money coming in. So I wasn't surprised that many of them were like, oh my God, my car is putrid. And I said to them, if I was to ask you for a lift to the gym tomorrow, would you feel embarrassed by the way that your car is? And that says something, right? We spend a lot of time in our cars, whether like I drive to work and it takes 45 minutes. I drive to the gym, you know, every day. I do my cardio, I go do my steps just to get myself out of my house. You spend a lot of time in your car, and it's putrid, and you get in and there's food everywhere and there's scraps. I haven't always had a clean car. If you're my mom or my partner watching this, there would have been a time where like I had a lot of wrappers in my car. But since, I don't know, changing my entire life and seeing like the way that you treat money is exactly how money is going to come back to you. So if you can't look after your car, like start there before you keep trying to chase like more money, a better job, a house. Like start respecting your car, because it's expensive. Even if your car isn't expensive, even if it's like $5,000, if I was to hand you $5,000 right now, you'd be like, oh my God, I've just got $5,000. Like, this is so much money. I need that. Why is your car so dirty, girl? Like, so I just want you to like really think about that one. Anyway, what I'm doing right now, I'm actually on my way to go get a massage on my hands. I'm having a lot of problems with my hands, whether it be carpal tunnel, whether it be RSI, repetitive syndrome, whatever that stands for. So I'm just going to go get a massage on that. And then I will look back into some work again. I'm just going to do a couple of check-ins today. Honestly, today's like a little bit of an admin me day. I work every single day. I get Sundays off, which I love, obviously. It's a choice that I make. But I feel like it's really important to find little pockets. Like, the whole reason why we started businesses in the first place was to have more freedom and flexibility, all that kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, there is seasons where you don't have freedom nor flexibility. And for me, where I'm at right now, like I don't actually desire more. And I know that's probably crazy to hear, because most people, especially on social media, they're like grind and new clients and 10K months and like, oh, and I love that for them. But honestly, like, I don't know if I'm just like, I feel like that doesn't excite me. What excites me is like having time to go get a massage and not feel like I'm constantly working. But like I said, don't get me wrong, I had so many months I had so many freaking years of me grinding. No rest days, no days off, no moments off, working in bed until freaking late. That's just not my season. I've done that, and I will probably do that again. But for right now, how I'm feeling, I don't want that. And it's not just because I have had a bad couple of days or a week or feeling a bit low mentally. I've been in this mindset since I reckon May, where I'm like, I actually don't desire more. I actually don't want to do this. I actually just want to coast. I don't want to be, I mean, who doesn't love money? But I don't want money to come at a cost of like how I feel. And that's just how I feel. So the whole purpose for me is, it's a Wednesday, it's 11:37, and I'm gonna go and get a massage on me hands because I fucking can. Because I can. Because this is why I created a business in the first place, to have freedom and flexibility and everything like that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go do that. So this is your reminder as well, is like, just because everyone online is telling you like barking at you, maybe you need to like close your eyes and see what feels good for you. Now, that, don't get me wrong, there are moments where I still feel guilt, you know. I felt guilt on Monday, and I actually journaled about it. And it was just because, like, financially we are doing a renovation, and financially I actually need to make a little bit more money to survive the increase in interest rates and my car loan, and every single thing that life entails comes with a price that, like, I need to upkeep. So I can't do less than what I'm doing now, because I literally will be homeless, and Matt will probably leave me because I won't be able to afford anything. I'll literally be homeless, and carless, and literally everything. So, but I know what I need to make to just, like, sustain where I'm at right now. Sorry, this is moving so much. To sustain where I'm at right now, and that still comes with moments of, like, feeling guilt in, like, oh, I should be doing more because I don't want to struggle for money, and I should save more. And, like, honestly, I'm not really saving a whole heap, and I feel like anyone that has a house will relate to that. Anyone who has a house with the interest rates and add a renter onto that, which, bless you if you're so lucky to get a house that you don't need a reno, but the market is cooked, so we're doing a reno. That requires money. So savings. What savings? So don't get swept up is what I'm trying to say. Don't think that, oh, Maxie's so lucky she gets to go have a massage at Wednesday at freaking midday. I want to live her life. Like, I'm sacrificing. I don't want a big, beautiful life. Even going to Bali, like, probably shouldn't do that financially. We're meant to go to Europe, but we didn't go to Europe because that's expensive. I don't know how you guys, to you people that are going to Europe, how do you do it? So much money. So we went to Bali instead, but we still spent $5,000 on Bali, so that's food and gym, and $5,000 on accommodation. That's $10,000 all up for 2 weeks. This is how I feel. Also, I'm just stuck in traffic. So yeah, I don't know if this is all making sense, but hopefully in a way this makes you feel not so alone. And it is what it is. There's certain things in my life that I absolutely won't sacrifice, and I'll make it fucking work. And that's like having my coach for my health, because not having to think about what calories to do or my gym program or whatever is like, I will make it work. If I made it work in COVID when my business was closed down and I was literally on the verge of going homeless, I can make it work now. Second thing is, like, obviously meal prep. Like, I am gonna have my quality food. I have an eye fillet. I usually have an eye fillet every single day, but at the moment I've been having it like 3 or 4 times a week, not because of money, but because I'm just changing up my protein a little bit. And my iron was high. So, like, quality that. I will never not have a gym membership. And that's everything else. I'll make it work. I can definitely sacrifice not going out for dinners and lunches and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, like, that's just my choice. And I think that's the thing, right? Like, so many people will complain, like, oh, I'm not saving money, I'm not doing this, but then they'll get Uber Eats, which is expensive, or they will go out for meals like 2 or 3 times on the weekend, or they might have, I don't know, they go to 7-Eleven and get freaking Coke when you can just, like, buy a whole slab for like $20, you know? Little things like that like I just don't get. So you just figure it out, and you also understand that if you want to have a life that is like so big, it probably is going to require you to work very, very hard. I personally am not in that season. However, my partner is in that season, so I support him and I help him, and I just try and take his load off a little bit, because we're a team. But there's been many times where Uno reverse and he's looked after me. Like, I used to work until like 9:30, 10 o'clock every single night, and he used to make me dinner. Bless him. And he never complained, you're working too much. Like, he just was there. He also used to wait for me to eat his dinner. Oh, bless. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my massage now, so peace. Hello, it is Friday. So honestly, I feel like I haven't had much to vlog because honestly, I'm not really doing a whole lot. I'm just like working, wake up, work, repeat, come home, walk the dogs. Like it's the same kind of stuff, but like you guys actually enjoy seeing that. I mean, I know I enjoy seeing that. I watch people vlog all the time and it's a whole lot of absolutely nothing. So a little bit of an update from me. It's Friday. I got up this morning at 5:25 a.m. to go and do 15 minutes of cardio, 10 minutes of walking, and 20 minutes of stretching. And then I'm running on time. What's the time? I need to leave here at 7:50 to go to work, but I'm running really on time, which is why I'm doing this right now and speaking to you. But what I actually want to speak about is like the fact of like me getting up this morning is so much more than just, wow, like she did that. Like it actually takes a lot for me to just go to the gym and just do my cardio for 15 minutes because honestly it can kind of feel a bit like, what's the point? That's like a waste of my time, so to speak. So what I've really realized is that it's absolutely not, because now I've started my day on such a positive note. Like I saw the most amazing sunrise this morning. Obviously I walked into the gym and it was still dark, and I walked out and it was still dark, and I came home and I've gotten ready and I fed my dogs and I made a really nice breakfast. I had eggs with the English muffin, which just feels like so luxurious because usually I'm running busy, like I'm running around doing 100 things. So just like little moments like that where it's like getting up and doing my cardio and some steps and some stretching has just started me on the right foot. And I guess that's what I wanted to chat about, is like no one ever is like so motivated all the time. Motivation is just a feeling, and you just need to like make the decision. I made the decision last night that I was getting up, put my clothes out, and I did it. And you just gotta stop thinking, just act, just go, and then think later kind of thing. But I don't really know if I've ever regretted a workout, to be honest. Like even yesterday, I have 60 minutes of cardio per week, and I try to break it up into three parts to make it less overwhelming because I'm busy too, like you. And yeah, even yesterday, like it was such a nice day, and I was like, oh, you know, I can just do my cardio Friday and Saturday. Like I don't actually have to do it today because it was a nice day and I didn't want to go to the gym to do it because I'm doing like incline walking or bike at the moment. And in that moment, it's like, no, like you said that you would do it, and what now? Circumstances change, you're adapting. Like it's trying to kind of like clock the excuses. Like honestly, it took me longer thinking about my cardio all day than just actually doing my cardio, and I felt so good when I left. Same as this morning, like when I got up, I wasn't really like, oh, yay, cardio, like let's go do it. Do you know what? Like I'm actually not feeling that way ever when I go to train in the morning. And this is the thing that no one tells you. You think that those gym girlies are so motivated and they can't wait. I don't even know like what this is doing, but it's kind of feeling a bit nice. You think that like these gym girlies are like so motivated all the time, and that like they must be like just wanting to go to the gym so much, like they count down the hours. That's so far from reality, honestly. We're a human just like you. But what we have learned, I'm going to speak for my own self, is I've learned to just fuck feelings, go anyway. Honestly, fuck your feelings. And if I said I'm going to train this day, I show up like it's an appointment. And I was saying this to my one-on-one clients yesterday, because in my coaching, I kind of like talk them through like kind of how I'm coaching myself behind the scenes. I have a coach, but like how I'm coaching myself through, you know, little mindset things that show up on a day-to-day basis for me. And that was yesterday, like talking myself out of going to the gym. Like it's such a nice day, like don't go to the gym, you can just do it Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Like there's 3 more days, you only have 1 more heart health requirement to do this week. So I hate liars. And I made a promise. I said that I was going to do something and I'm going to follow through. And something that has helped me follow through is, if Matt said to me that he was going to take me out on a date or go for a really nice walk or, you know, take me on a trip somewhere, and he didn't follow through, I would be pissed, you know. Obviously, depending on circumstance. But I would be disappointed. I would feel let down. Would feel like he lied to me. He told me he was going to do something and he didn't. And so somewhat he's a liar. And so if we flip the narrative here, reverse that, how many times a week or even day do you tell yourself that you're going to do something and then you don't follow through? And then imagine if that was your partner or a friend or a best friend or a colleague or a boss. I bet you'd be pissed. So that's the mindset I have, and that's honestly been the thing that helps me stick in my mind. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Like this morning. But honestly, like, there was the most beautiful sunrise this morning. Like, honestly, like the most beautiful sunrise. And as I came out the gym, it was very much like this, which was just so beautiful. And it was just a reminder of like, this is you showing up and respecting your body like you say you are. And then, yeah, like, it's obviously given me so much time. So I don't know. You never regret a workout, right? Even if it's 10 minutes on the treadmill, even if it's 15 minutes on the bike, even if it's some stretching. I can tell you right now, my shoulder went from like zero mobility. Like, I do like a couple of stretches, and I went from like literally having this much mobility in my shoulder to when I finished that stretch, I could go all the way back. So it is so worth it. Anyway, I'm going to go have a glorious day. Might vlog it a little bit, might not, who knows. It's a bit loud in there, but I do want to film some content at work today with one of the girls, so we'll see. So this is the fit today. Something about me is that I don't really ever buy new clothes. It kind of looks a bit funny today. You know what? I'm actually cozy, so I don't really care, but something about me is I don't really buy new clothes, like, really ever. This is all so old. Oh, actually, this is new. Glassons, like maybe the start of winter. But yeah, this is my fit.
Look at this little kitty. Hi, Ivy boy. Good morning. Good morning. You're so cute. Oh, here's Bobster. Wants to fight for their attention. Oh my god.
Hello there, it's Saturday, and this is a PSA. If you are short for time, busy, hungry, don't want to go to the shops, all the things, and you haven't yet done online delivery, Woolworths is same day. I literally just finished work, and as I was leaving work, I was like, quickly just do my online shopper. I had already pre-put it in my cart, and then I just got it delivered, and it literally made it here before me. Yes, it's $15 delivery, but you know, time is money. Time is money, honestly. It's changed my life. I hate going to the shops. Time for, and this has just changed my life. Prawns, random. If you're new here, I've actually been getting Papa Macros, but I actually forgot to order it. It's funny because I've got a couple of clients that are currently using Papa Macros, and I was like, don't forget to order by tonight, and then I forgot to order. But I think that was because I didn't work Thursday, and I always work Thursday. So I forgot. So I'm meal prepping. So on the agenda this week, we have casserole. Also, look how great this is. Look at all this whole foods. Low inflammatory. If you're bloated all the time, I probably would look at what your foods you're eating. Look, don't get me twisted though, like LCMs, yum. And I probably have about a 90-10 approach, honestly. As in 90% whole foods, like real foods, and 10% soul foods. LCM, dark chocolate, but dark chocolate is very good for you, by the way. 70 to 90%. Obviously, the darker it is, the better it is. So yeah, this is my model. Making casserole. Casserole is very easy, and I don't know. I just got these just in case one day I need some extra carbs or something, especially like on a Thursday day. Low fats, carbs, 18 grams per serving, which maybe would be like 5 chips. Who knows? I just got these just in case. Like, I think that's honestly the hack. Is like, just in case mindset, and even like my fruit, I'm always like, oh, I'll just do this just in case, or I'll just get this just in case. And well, today was a prime example of that, because I had a just in case lunch where I had like a burwood egg, I had some chicken thigh, I had some veggies that I did earlier on the week, and I just put all that together and hit my macros. So doesn't always have to be overcomplicated. I think that's the biggest thing is people think meal prep has to be overcomplicated, this massive overcomplicated thing where if you just like eat something, it's gonna be great. Like honestly, this week I have changed my breakfast up quite a lot. I've had yogurt bowl, I've had cream of rice. Yesterday morning I had an English muffin with an egg and some Parmesan cheese. And this morning I had YoPro. Like it just, like you can change it up. I think that's the biggest thing. Everyone wants to overcomplicate it. And you don't have to eat the same thing every day. Look, that helps me with my mind. I will have the same thing every single day, except for I might change my breakfast up a little bit or my dinner, and everything else stays the same. I find that's really helpful. But again, like I'm advanced now. If I had to change my breakfast up, like, you know, when I was first starting, it probably would have overwhelmed me and I probably would have felt lost and, I don't know, overwhelmed by it all. But these days, I'm very advanced with my tracking. I can literally think on the go and be like, okay, I want this and this and this. I can look at my fridge and be like, okay, I want this. And that's why learning to track has changed my life. So I would usually be someone who like cuts their own veggies up. My glasses just fell off. I would be usually someone that cuts their own veggies up, but you know what? I've just finished work. I'm feeling about a 0 in energy. We did this. I am gonna leave this for some of my lunches, but I'm just like making lots of volume in my casserole, and I will make these way smaller. That's just far too big to have. I'm gonna make this. Forgot that my diced beef is only like 500 grams. I probably should have got 2. I don't know, but I'm gonna make, like I said, I usually get these fresh and I usually cut it myself. But look, at least these aren't frozen. And there's nothing wrong with frozen, like obviously convenience of that, but obviously fresh has the most nutrients. So if you don't believe me, look it up. Obviously fresh is best. So I'm using fresh, and it's also just as convenient. This casserole is the best, like honestly. I'm gonna slow cook it tonight in the slow cooker, or even Sunday, but I'm just gonna get all the veggies and put them in a container, so then it's just like all I have to do is just turn it on. Again, like thinking about future Maxi, I don't really want to be meal prepping tomorrow, which is why I'm meal prepping right now on a Saturday when I really can't be fucked. But I feel like sometimes when you do a task like this, like I've done nothing for myself today. My day has been heavily focused on everyone else around me, make amazing hair and, you know, all that kind of stuff. From the moment I woke up, it was like go time. So I feel like sometimes when I feel a bit like 0, doing something like this or cleaning my house up, like just makes me feel back to something. Like it might not be 10, but it might be like a 3, rather than just like sitting on the couch and just like, why do I feel so shit, and like wanting it to just make me feel better magically. It doesn't really happen like that. Second fun fact is I don't weigh any non-starch veggie, so like any of this shit, which is cauliflower and broccoli, spinach. I literally just track it in my MyFitnessPal as like 20 grams, just so that I know what I'm eating, and I can take note of like how many veggies and fruits I'm getting per week, because I aim to get around 25 to 35 fruit and veg per week, and different varieties as much as I can. So I don't track my non-starch, never have. Also don't track leafies ever. I will track carrots. I will track onion. I don't even know if I want to put this in because it's kind of like looking a bit manky. I won't track zucchini. I'm going to have one of these with dinners too, so I'm just going to have one and cut that up. Never have, and we look sweet. I think that it's not worrying about the tracking of the veggies that's the problem. It's worrying about not tracking all packets of these. That's the problem. But yeah, I'm gonna meal prep this tomato sauce again. Same thing. Like I haven't always been like this. So if you are just entering your healthy journey, honestly, like, don't get into this kind of shit. Like, as I've kind of gone on, I've been more, I guess, aware of wanting to do just little 1%ers. So for example, like this tomato sauce has only tomato pulp, cherry tomato, extra olive oil, onions, carrot, celery, sea salt, garlic, oregano, pepper, and that's it. There's no chemicals. And this was the only brand that I saw that wasn't like blah, 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 like it's literally written like beautifully in the ingredient list. So this is my go-to, and that will just be on there. I don't even know that's enough, but we'll make it work. All the water from the veg like kind of makes it kind of go really far. And yeah, so I'm gonna meal prep. I'm just gonna literally cut up this, maybe this, I'm not really sure. It's looking a bit freaking manky on top. Cut up some of this to add in and put it in the fridge with some over the top, like a lid over the top, and then probably just plan to cook that tomorrow evening and wake up Monday, it's fresh and then have it for lunch. So yeah, that's me whole. And then for dinners, obviously I'm gonna have chicken thigh. I alternate dinners between chicken thigh, eye fillet, and salmon, and I pretty much now know the exact quantities of each to make the same macros, which is again perfect, amazing. My dog just jumped over my other dog, like fully crazy. Oh, and I also have diced tomatoes that I will add into that. So that's me. I'm just gonna go look after me for a little moment. So this is what I got so far. I got white onion, spinach, zucchini. I actually put the eggplant in, broccoli, cauliflower. I think that's it. And then I will put some garlic, salt, or carrot potatoes, which are just being steamed right now. Diced tomatoes, tomato thing, and then I just have, there's two things. Like I've been using diced beef casserole, which has a bit of fat on it, which is really nice. Or just like beef diced cubed, extra lean cube things are nice too, but I prefer this one, and honestly I've got the calories for it too, so you know, YOLO. But yeah, then I just chuck all this in the slow cooker. Bob's your uncle's 8 hours later, or 10 hours, 12 hours, until I get it out the slow cooker, pretty much until the slow cooker turns off. And that is honestly so easy. Like I filmed this video, and I think all up was like 5 minutes. I know that I obviously bought these pre-cut today, and I just kind of like spent some time breaking up and making them smaller. But can we stop making meal prep complicated? Like it doesn't take long. It actually takes me longer thinking about what I'm gonna eat all day when I haven't meal prepped. Like that energy is just, it's on my mind all the time. Like if I haven't meal prepped, I'm gonna eat. I just don't want to eat. Because I don't really know what to eat. You know, like as in I'm not super food focused anymore, which is a slay. Which is why not being in a diet phase is really important to build on that. Not being food focused means like honestly the food noise is like zero. So I'm not really craving anything. So I struggle to like think about what to eat. So having meal prep, it's like I don't have to think about it. I just go to the fridge and I just make it, and it's like autopilot. And I really enjoy this. And this is honestly like my mum's recipe. And this is the way that I kind of like started eating a lot of veg. Because one year I was just getting so sick. I was going through so much and I just kept getting sick. So I just kept making casserole, because obviously veggies help our gut microbiome, and it also has like essential minerals and vitamins and stuff like that in the food. It's not veggies itself that makes this this healing thing. It's all the goodness inside the veg that really help. And I just love it. Like I honestly think it's the most easiest thing to meal prep, easiest way to get in so many fruit and veg. So much easier to get in all the fruit. Tasty, lasts all week in the fridge, tastes great. Freaking win in my opinion. Especially like the volume of it. And then like you can add sides, like depending on what you want, like you can add sides. Rice is really good in there, not in there, but like to the side of it. Potato, whatever you want. Like honestly, it's great. It's a casserole, cook it in the oven or slow cooker. I use a slow cooker these days, it's seriously so easy. And yeah, so thanks mum for the recipe, because this one is a slay one, especially for clients if they think that like they don't like veggies, because I was the same. Which actually, let me just give you a refresher. You see all these veggies now, But there was once a time where casserole was the only way that I could eat veggies because it just made me gag. Now I'm having veggies for my dinner. And fun fact, I was thinking about this when I was doing my broccoli. I have not had broccoli by itself as a side since a very long time, 18 I reckon, when I was dieting and all I ate was chicken with lemon squeezed over it and broccoli. And so I'm a bit traumatized, which is why I ordered, yeah, because I did my online shop. Which is why I'm gonna do broccolini. I'm gonna do broccolini, and just like kind of remove the trauma response, and just change it up. Like, because last week I did zucchini, kale, capsicum, onion with my dinner. So this week I'll try broccoli, zucchini, I don't know, whatever. I don't know, I'm trying to change it up. So that's my story. If you're sick all the time, introduce a lot of veg. Immunity things.
Oh, come on, I'm ready.
Sorry. Hello. Introduce yourself. They don't know who you are.
Sorry, my eyes hurt. Hello, saya Sangri.
Oh my gosh.
Have I stolen a glass?
Ooh.
This is like burnt, like crispy.
Flavor.
That looks like a real butthole. Hello and good morning. I have just gotten back from the gym. Today, on Mondays, I like to train upper body because it's my favorite. It is very challenging. And upper body used to be my favorite because it was like the easiest. But upper body is not easy anymore. PB today, 7.5 kilos each hand. Dumbbell shoulder press, which I probably haven't ever spoken about this really ever, but I actually have a bulging disc in my neck. I don't know, it was just a byproduct of hairdressing, having absolutely no strength and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that I am even shoulder pressing is absolutely amazing. And honestly, I have my coach to thank for that, because when I first, found her as my coach, I knew that she would really call me forward and be like, no, like, you're doing this. And we have obviously worked at my shoulder strength. And now, as you probably have seen, or you might not have seen, but I got really nice shoulders, and that has been a work in progress, especially like the last 2 years. I'm pretty sure before that, like, I cannot remember my last coaches ever programming me anything to do with shoulders. Maybe just like lateral raises, but no compound movements, which, yeah, well, no wonder I had a problem with my neck and my shoulder, because honestly, strength and muscles fixes everything. I wouldn't say fixes, but it really minimizes so many things. So yeah, just PB'd this morning, which is so good. Matt spotted me. Again, I feel like it's one of those things that is important to have a spot in that exercise. And then one of my clients, she's kind of going through a hard time right now. I don't know, I kind of like sensed it yesterday, and I messaged her and was like, she goes to my gym, and I was like, see you tomorrow. And she was like, I want to bail. And so like kind of like holding her a bit more accountable. Yeah, I'm not just a coach, that like, I'm literally, they can become part of my family when I coach you, and when you leave too. Like, I'm not just your friend because you're paying me. So when I first got to the gym, she wasn't there, and usually she's there before me. And I was like, oh, like, she's not here. Damn, like, this would really help her in her, how she feels at the moment. And then she came, and then we had the best session, and like, it was cool to see. I actually didn't say this, and I will say this to her when I'm getting off this, but when she first came up to me, I could feel her energy was like so low, and like all that kind of stuff. And then we literally did one set, and we were just laughing and giggling, and like really got her out of her head and into her body. And the gym seriously helped me so much with my mental health, and really showed me just how resilient I was. I could show up to the gym even though I wanted to cry, even though I felt shit, and it just like taught me resilience. So honestly, like, fuck your feelings, follow the plan. The plan was to get up Monday and go to the gym, so do the thing. And like, she honestly, I just was walking on the treadmill with her, and it was like chalk and cheese to how she felt. So that's really good. We had a really relaxing weekend. I have a weekend. My Sundays is my weekend. I worked all day on Saturday. I meal prepped when I got home, which you saw, and now it's in the slow cooker. I'm gonna separate this. It's in the slow cooker. So I just made casserole. It's been on for like, I don't know, 12 hours. I'll just separate that into compartments, and that was really great. I'm so glad I did that because all I had to do was wake up yesterday, do my check-in for my coach, go to the gym, and then I went and had a coffee with Matt and his friend, came home and I just chilled on the couch, just like literally chilled in the sun. And then Matt hadn't done his meal prep and he just wouldn't let me help him. He's outside doing our fence around the pool. He just doesn't let me help. I was like, can I meal prep for you? So then I just accompanied him to do his meal prep. I know like a lot of the time people are like, oh, you know, I don't get to spend much time with my partner. Like if I go to the gym and I go meal prep, it's time away from my partner. And I get that completely. But what I do, and that works really well for me and in my opinion, is when Matt's doing his things and I've already done mine, I'll just come with him. Something is better than nothing, and if anything, going and shopping and then meal prepping and helping him meal prep, we actually probably spend more quality time doing that rather than just sitting on the couch. So I don't know, like that's what really helps me, and we are a time poor couple. We have chill time on the couch. We try to watch a movie, which sometimes take us like 3-4 weeks. Let me just feed my dogs. So anyway, today is Monday, so it's check-in days. I have quite a lot of appointments today, which is kind of unheard of for a Monday. Usually I do not do appointments on a Monday because it's my check-in day. So I have my nails and I have a facial later in the day. So I've already been on the treadmill doing some work. I started work at around 7:30. It's now 9. I'll do some work and then I'll plan to leave and go to the hair supplier before I get my nails done. And then I've got work tomorrow, Tuesday, in the salon, and then check-in day again on Wednesday. So it's a busy week. It's a busy week this week, which is exciting. Winter's arc is coming to an end. It's the last week this week, so we have our last call on Wednesday night, which is also really exciting. And yeah, I'm going to share you something that I know, and obviously I think is common sense, but what's common is sometimes not common. So did you know that as long as you track the food before you cook, it doesn't matter how many goes into the 4 containers, okay? So I know that I have tracked for 5 days, so that there's 5 days worth of food here. So instead of making sure that I need to weigh it all out and be all that, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm just gonna try my best to get it as accurate as possible, because this is important, because it's calories per week, not per day, okay? So if one day you eat a little bit more, that's okay, because it's what you do in the whole week that matters, okay? So yes, that might mean that one day you might eat a little bit more and maybe the scales weigh up 100 grams. Not fat gain. Fat gain happens with time of consistently eating over what your body needs to maintain. So that can be, let's say for example, my maintenance is, I'm gonna make it really easy, 2,000 calories. It's more. Let's say my maintenance is 2,000 calories. For me to gain 1 kilo of body fat, I need to be eating 2,000 plus 7,000 calories in that one day for me to gain 1 kilo of body fat. So this is your reminder that it's not about what you do on the one day that matters. It matters. It's about what you do on the scheme of things. So what typically will happen is someone will overeat one day and they'll go, have a tantrum. That all or nothing mindset will come back in. And then they blow out the next day, and they go, Rah! And then they blow out the next day, and they go, Rah! And then they blow out the next day. And that is how we gain body fat. That one day probably won't matter in the scheme of things. It's what you do consistently that matters. So therefore, this is for today's lunch, yum. It doesn't really matter how much I put in each bowl. I just am gonna evenly distribute this as best as I can visually. Hopefully that helps. This casserole is such a good food to have when you maybe have lower calories, or maybe you don't like veggies, or if you're just feeling like extra hungry. Like, look how much volume that is. Bloody slay. Bloody slay. Like I said when I was making this is the one dish that I feel like I could eat because I didn't like veggies. I like veggies now. Obviously still don't love them. Like, they're not my choice, you know. If I had to choose between veggies and some chips, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna choose chippies. But this really helped. So bloody amazing. Like, look at this. You're probably gonna think this looks like dog food. Well, my friends, this is what real food looks like. And I completely understand if people look at the food that I'm eating going, because I used to do that too. Like, when I used to see people on Instagram posting that they would have I don't know, human food, not processed, in a packet, chicken tenderloins, I would be like, they must be so unhappy. I promise you, I'm the happiest I have ever been in my entire life. And the hottest and the strongest. I'm sorry if you think that's cringe, but I didn't realize that liking who you are was cringe. So if that's how you feel currently, that's where your work lies. Hire me. I was just doing one of my clients' check-ins, and something that I just want to talk about right now is this question that she said. Sorry, it's feedback. Every week that goes by, I truly deepen an understanding of why you live your life the way that you do. I won't lie. I was intimidated at first, maybe even judgmental from a place of insecurity. What if I'm bored? What if I don't have freedom? But what I have learned is I'm so much more freer than I have ever been in my life. I don't feel depressed, and I actually kind of love who I'm becoming. I'm proud of myself, and I have you to thank for unlocking that in me. And it got me thinking, and I said this to her in a check-in, I used to think that people that lived my type of life were so bored, were so miserable. I bet they didn't enjoy anything. I bet they're so insecure in themselves, and this is why they live like this. And it's so convenient for us to go to that narrative rather than being like, well, actually, I'm insecure. Well, actually, I don't feel freedom in my body, my life, myself, because all I'm doing is rotting in bed all day. Or 3, I'm trapped in a body that makes me feel really depressed. And not even the body, right? Not even how you look, but your thoughts are making you trapped like a prison. And yet it's so easy for us, and it's so convenient for us to say, they have a life that I don't want because I bet you they're miserable. But in reality, you're miserable. And that was me. I remember thinking Kayla Itzsteins, Ashley Bynes, M. Davis, Georgie Stevenson. I remember thinking to myself, these girls must be so miserable that they have to go to the gym for so many hours. In reverse, I go to the gym because it's self-respect to me, because I love and appreciate my body, that giving back to my body in this way is the biggest sign of self-respect. Me eating what I eat isn't because I hate my body and I want to be shrunk and made myself small. It's because it makes me generally feel so good. I'm not spiking in energy and lacking. And, in this check-in, she said, I went out for a yummy scroll on the weekend, which is perfect. I never tell my clients they cannot have any food. No food is good or bad in my world, and it shouldn't be in your world. No food is off limits. You can have anything. You just learn to track it in. But she said, I had the delicious scroll on the weekend. I tracked it in. But what I noticed was I crashed so hard after. I fell asleep. I felt really yuck. And I just didn't feel good within myself. Consequence. And so I just said to her, maybe next time, instead of having a whole scroll, you could share it with your partner, which is, often what me and Matt might do. So anyway, I thought that was really interesting. And I feel like that would be super interesting for you to even listen to, because again, it's such a convenient thing for us to say, oh, I bet you they're miserable. I bet you they have the shittest quality of life, or insert whatever, because it makes you feel better about your current actions in your life. And And for as long as you keep pointing the finger at everyone else, that means that you don't have to work on yourself, which is good, isn't it? Like, it's what you want. So there's that. I'm going to go back to my check-ins. It's currently 11 a.m. and I just realized that I haven't had a coffee. Now, let me just say one thing. I tell my clients that they shouldn't be having coffee or any caffeine after 9 o'clock. But this is typically because they complain to me that they can't sleep, they're getting shit quality sleep, or they're not showing up to the gym because they're so tired, or they have digestion issues. I have none of that. Your girl sleeps like a log. I don't have any digestion problems. My anxiety and depression is none right now. Obviously, I'm human, but I don't have any of those problems. So I forgot that I didn't have my morning coffee yet, so I'm gonna have it. And I just realized I bought decaf and I could have just done that. But this morning coffee, I flipped the kettle 3 times and I just haven't done it yet. And I just realized I haven't had my morning coffee and I'm gonna have it. So remember, some circumstances land for you. If you're complaining about your anxiety, your sleep quality, or you can't get up in the morning, don't have a coffee after 9 o'clock. And the reason for that is because it is a 12-hour window. So caffeine will stay in your system for 12 hours. So 9 o'clock, it will be still in your system at 9 p.m. And most people that I coach tend to go to bed from 9 o'clock to 11 p.m. So it's going to affect your sleep. I don't have any of that problems, honestly. I don't even think coffee does anything for me anymore. And I don't have any of the byproducts of that. So if you do, stop, avoid, and that is to you.